Welcome, welcome everyone. I personally am completely delighted to be here with everybody today. So go ahead and turn on your videos so that we can have that experience of being connected with a, a higher frequency community with each other. It's so wonderful to be able to see each other here on Zoom. So I'm just going to go through and welcome everybody here. This is, wow, week 14. And today's Wednesday, so it's the third day. Some of you, I've already seen some new faces. So welcome, welcome. It's delightful to have you here with us. Go ahead and in the chat box, put your name and where you're from, because we have people from all over the planet here with us joining us now. So I'd like to welcome, hello, Terry. Good to see you. And Vitali, Adriana, Shiana, Diane, Vitali, Tammy, Natalia, Lorianne, Lee and Rick. Good to have you both here. Carla, Lydia, Brenda, Joan and Kent. Love couples and families all showing up here. If you've got your kids in the room, they too can benefit from this. Hello, Cynthia and Caroline, Tammy, Hal, Rose Cherie. Hello. Hello, Liz. Good to see you. Jerry, Melissa, Rosemary, Sarah, Art, Line, welcome back. Cindy, Graviola, Celine. Hello, hon. Good to see your face. And John, Dennis, Joanne, Kathy, David, Anna, Peter, Randy, Sonia, Eloisa, Dan, Mary, Alan, Penny, Morgan, Lorianne, Roseanne, and Yvette. Well, those were the videos that were on. So it's delightful to see you and welcome. I'll go ahead and turn it over to you, Master Campbell. Oh, good. We've already had Mary. She's here in Phoenix. Linda from New Hampshire.
Yeah, I love seeing all the names in the Zoom, especially where you're from. That just makes it super cool.
Yes, yes.
Right. You don't get much farther north east than Celine and Jack.
In Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Just keep going north. Keep going east. You'll run into them eventually.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, here we are, and today is a Wednesday, and so it might be day 3 for you, it might be day 90 for you, or it might be day 1 for you, but whatever day it is, you're here now, and we are going to spend a very short time together, and by the time we're done, you're going to come out of it with a little bit more than what you come into it. And sometimes the little bit more means a little bit less. There's a concept called addition through subtraction, where you actually gain more by having less. And the real simple and obvious viewpoint of that, of looking at that, is like having less things in your head. So if I said, hey, okay, guess what? In the next 30 minutes, I'm going to put more things in your head. I'm going to give you more things to think about. And you're going to come out of this with a big task and a big to-do list. Well, I'd slowly see the numbers, cling, 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 cling. I'd see it drop. And I'm half joking. I mean, we have some trust here, so you wouldn't do it. But if it was the first time that we met, yeah, maybe, because who wants that? But so when we say more, it's actually through less. And so less internal turbidity, actually less thoughts, because we all have between 60,000 and 100,000 thoughts per day, and 99% of them are the same thoughts you had yesterday. So most of the thoughts, the majority of the blah, blah, blah in your head, you don't need. That you're better off without it because you already said it. And so how do you like this person to follow you around? Like, think of this relationship. There's this person that follows you around all day, and they just say the same things over and over again. Now, you might actually have somebody in your life that follows you around all over the day that says the same things over and over again. You might already have that, but I'm not referring to an actual person here. The voice in your head, but actually the voice in your head goes with you everywhere, even in the shower. That you might not get followed into, private places here, but no, the voice in the head does that. And it loops the same thing over and over again. Well, is that somebody that you'd invite to the dinner party? Is it someone that you'd want to hang around? Probably not, but okay, so how do we do that? How do we not invite that voice in the head to the dinner party? Well, what we do is we learn to turn it off or turn it down. Sometimes in the beginning it's too hard to turn it off, but you can turn it down. And the first step of turning down the voice in the head is realizing it's just the voice in the head, and realizing that it's not you. You are not your thoughts. This is a monkey mind that's programmed to solve problems. And if it can't solve a problem, it'll create a problem because it loves problems. And whether the problem is, doing a crossword puzzle, or the problem is, building a bomb, or the problem is, dealing with relationships. I'm being extreme here. That's just what it does. It creates problems, it solves problems. It creates problems, it solves problems. And so you don't get mad at the monkey for doing what the monkey does. It's like an animal. It's like if you have a dog, well, a dog is going to behave like a dog. Don't get mad at a dog for behaving like a dog. You might have to discipline the dog and so that you can peacefully coexist, but don't get angry at the dog. It just acts like a dog. That's silly to do that. And so it's the same thing with this voice in the head. Don't get angry at it. Don't be upset with it. No, actually, if anything, flip it. Think of it like a child. You love the child. If a 2-year-old misbehaves, I don't know, you're going to get angry at the 2-year-old? Hopefully not. You might have to discipline it, but it's a 2-year-old. It doesn't know any better. And so think of the monkey mind or the voice in the head is the same way. And so what we're going to do, we're going to learn the off switch. We're going to turn it down. And here's the magic of it. And we're going to do this at the very end. But it's the simplest exercise ever. You have your thoughts that go blah, 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 and you just watch them. And you can even say to yourself, I wonder what my next thought will be. And then you wait. And then I wonder what my next thought will be when you have that gap. Okay, well, there it is. Now, there's other ways we can get there. When we do the music, you can listen to the silence or the space in the notes. Now, I haven't really been playing the new opera because the new opera does that more than anything else. There's always like little gaps in the new opera. I'm playing the music with the bell for the breath. I'm going to keep doing that for today. But you can listen to it. When you listen to silence, it drops. Even try it right now. I say a word, and there's the silence. So with the silence, focus on it. So here's the word, and now more words. So in that little speck of time, that little 2 seconds, did you have any inner dialogue, or did it stop because you were focused in on silence? So there's many paths up the mountain. There's many off switches and ways you can do it. It doesn't matter how you get there. What matters is that you learn to turn it off and you build the muscle to turn it off. And so back to meditation, 3 types of meditation: sitting, standing, and moving. This means matter, energy, and consciousness, breath, movement, and intention. So we kind of bookend the training. We start with the sitting, with the breath work, and then we do the moving, and then we go into the standing, and then we do more moving, and then we finish actually just with the sitting and letting everything settle. So, okay, so I'm going to start the music. We
Before
have
you do,
announcements. Master Leone is in tomorrow. Mm-hmm.
Well, I just wanted to welcome everybody that chimed in and where they're from. So we have Mary here in Phoenix, Linda from New Hampshire, Terry's in Lake Havasu, Celine in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Marcia in New Britain, Connecticut. Line is in, I would butcher your city's name, but she's in New Brunswick, Canada. Shiana, she's in San Luis Obispo, California. Serbia is Mila. Slovenia is Miha. Peggy is in North Carolina. Rebecca is in Knoxville. Dan's in Boston. Roz is here in Peoria. New York City, Eloisa. Another New York City is Yvette. Anne is in Vermont, and Vitali is in Maryland. We're really delighted to have you all here.
So Miha and Mila, I'm curious what the temperature is in Serbia and Slovenia.
Yeah.
Let us know. And then there's also Anne from Cold Spring, New York, and Lee and Rick from Washington.
Yeah.
So 30. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
30 degrees. It's like 110 right now out here in Phoenix. Okay,
and then tomorrow, Grandmaster Leone will be leading the meditation challenge, and we all love connecting with Grandmaster Leone. So both tomorrow and on Friday, Friday is going to be special in that he's going to go into the explanation of everything that's happening in our world externally. which is, due to the pandemic and the changes that have happened in our world since the pandemic broke. And he's going to explain this from really that masterly perspective of looking at it all through a 5-element perspective, so that we can even understand within ourselves and better forecast what we need to do to manage what's coming next. Just looking at it from the 5-elemental perspective, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, so make sure you show up for that. I'm traveling. And Natalia just asked a really smart question. How will we vote for the next week if I'm out for the next 2 days? I'm going to leave that to you, Giliania. I'm tapping out of that question. And then also Bertina, or I think it's Bertha from Baltimore. Okay, also Meditation Mastery is opening this week as well. So if you haven't, I know most of you in here are actually already in Meditation Mastery and Restoration Program. But if you're not in that, and if you want some information, reach out to Giliania.
And just to answer Miha's question and Natalia's question, I want to do this for the rest of the year. So since Master Campbell's gone on Thursday and Friday, it leaves it up to me. And yes, we'll be doing this.
Okay, well,
we're going to go into week 15.
Let's vote today. So I still have some say. Okay.
I agree.
Okay, the music has started. How is the volume?
Yes, you sound great.
Volume is good with my voice?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So before we vote, let's get comfortable. Wiggle your toes. Okay, eyes closed. Give yourself a little inner smile. Lips raised, tongue touches the roof of your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In. Exhale. Okay, now breathe in through your nose. Tongue touches. Exhale, tongue releases the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. In. Now 2 out. Exhale. Keep breathing out. Inhale. In. Let's breathe in for 2. Inhale. Keep breathing in. Inhale. Exhale. In. Exhale. In for 2. Now hold for 1. Little tension in the stomach, neck relaxed. Exhale. Squeeze your stomach. Hold. And breathe in. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Squeeze, hold. Inhale 2. Now hold for 2. Exhale. Now squeeze your lower abdomen, hold, don't breathe in, neck relaxed. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Squeeze. Wait. Don't breathe in. Big breath in. Exhale. It just feels so good. Again, inhale. Exhale. Okay, let's do our standing meditation. Okay, feet 1.5 hips distance apart. Palms open. Wiggle your toes. Inhale. Exhale. So let's just find the rhythm first. Inhale and reach up and out. Exhale down. In. Inhale, inner smile. Exhale, tongue drops. Inhale. Okay, now press your big toe. Press your 4th toe. Big toe. 4th toe. Inhale. Third finger lifts. 4th finger presses. Big toe, 3rd finger. Inhale. In. Lift a cloud. Push a cloud down. Inhale. Let's do one more. In. Okay, bring your feet a little farther apart. Let's go back to the post. And shift. Shift. Press on your heel to the ball of your foot. Heel, ball of foot. So we get this little figure 8 going. If you don't feel the figure 8 yet, that's okay. You will. Press in the heel. Inhale. Exhale. And you push a cloud. Inhale. In. Now press on your heel. 70% focus on your feet. Exhale. Now let's add the eyes. Eyes, look at your hand. Exhale. In. Inhale. And then we finish. Breathe in. And exhale. Okay. Feet 1.5 hips distance for horse stance. Right hand on top. Left hand underneath. Inhale. Now just sit down. See if you can sit on your heels. So when we inhale, reach a little forward. When you exhale, sit down a little lower. Inhale. And exhale. We're building strength. I'm sure you feel it. Inhale. This is also where chi moves. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's go a little lower if you can. If you can't, that's okay. One more breath. So you inhale, press with your hands. Exhale, sink. And come up, breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Okay, feet double hips distance. We're going to put the first 2 movements together. Palms open. Inhale. Exhale. This hand's going to go that way. Inhale. Exhale. Big toe, 3rd finger. 4th toe, 4th finger. Press on this heel. Real important. Heel presses. And press on your opposite heel. All lower body. Gather. Big toe. Heels come off the ground. 4th toe, heel set. Inhale. In. We're moving a cloud. So just enough to push the cloud. Inhale. Eyes. Now look at your hand. Eyes follow your hand. Eyes follow. Inhale. Now find the grace. You dial into the music. On the way up and down, you can look at your right or left hand, doesn't matter. When we go across, you look at the hand that's crossing. Exhale. Last one. And breathe in. And exhale. Very good. That goes by so fast every time. It goes by so fast. Okay, let's sit for sitting meditation. Okay, so first thing, just get comfortable, eyes closed. And connect first into your breath. Inhale. Exhale. In. Exhale. In. Okay, continue your breathing. If you want to go longer, you can with the balance. I wonder what my next thought will be. And wait. I wonder what my next thought will be. And slowly open your eyes. Big breath in. Exhale. Let's do one more breath. In. And the last discipline is to stand and see yourself meditating exactly how you just were. And if you're new to that discipline, so in the subconscious mind, you continue to meditate. Okay, and come on down. So first of all, bravo, good to you, you did it. And what I said 30 minutes ago, when I said, hey, we're going to spend a little tiny bit of time, 30 minutes is not a long time, and you're going to have more, but more likely more through less. Through less stress, really it's distress. We all need stress. We can stand without stress. So less distress, maybe less thoughts, maybe less mental clutter. Usually the comments, and also leave the comments. I love getting the comments. Oh, day was stressful. Oh, this centered me. Oh, this and this happened. Now I feel like I can come back and I can take on whatever it is I need to take on. Because when you stop to work on you, your external world doesn't necessarily change. Although one of my students went into a 5-day meditation about a month ago. He's in St. Paul, and so he goes into the meditation. He comes out of his 5-day meditation, and his town is burning. So occasionally that happens. But for the most part, you know, 30 minutes, your external world's not really going to change that much, but you change. And then there's the old saying, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change, which is actually science. It's not just spiritual teaching. There's actually truth to that. And you approach it differently. So whatever it is you approach with a little more stillness, a little more clarity. The ability to respond as opposed to react, to think about something with fresh eyes. So bravo to you.
Well
And
done.
I think who Jerry said 30 degrees in Slovenia would be Celsius. So it's about 92 degrees. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's summer. What Kathy, our last breathing brought in joy and love and exhaled sharing joy and all, a huge difference from the beginning of this meditation. When you were sad, sometimes there's another trick. Maybe I can talk about it. Well, that you flip a negative emotion into a positive emotion. It's actually not that hard, because I think I spoke about this last time, where you really, we have that. You've seen the yin-yang symbol, and the little dollop of black in the white, black within the white and the black. So you can take something dark and judo flip it into something powerful, because you need dark emotions. You can't go I'm all light with nothing dark. Yeah, right. Doesn't exist. You always have to have, the dark creates the light. If it was always light, it'd never be light. If it's always blue, it's never blue. So when you get a dark emotion, that's actually fuel for, let's call it a bright or up emotion. We can use different words with emotions. This yin yang. Yin is dark, yang is light. So if something yin, dark, well, it can transmute. And actually something that you do, what you do is you go into and you feel. If you have something dark, you feel it. Don't wrap story around it because it's just a vibrational frequency. You feel it. And then you feel it and then you breathe. And a lot of times when you practice this, you breathe it up your spine, called the governing and conception vessel. So you breathe it up and you picture like dark sludge turning into rocket fuel or bright light or whatever visual you want to use. But you can take dark and you can turn it into fuel basically and turn it into power. We talk more about a little more of that in the restoration program. So, okay. So let's say this, I'm going to end this recording. If you want to stay back for Q&A, I have about 10 minutes. I'm more like, 10 to 15. So good job. Bravo. And a lot of questions are just coming in. So I'm going to stop the recording.
Awesome. Yeah. And so Kathy, welcome from Huntsville, Alabama. Terry says, this has been a pretty stressful day. I can even relate with that, Terry. But I was able to put some space between events and my responses, and the meditation today helped me even more. Wonderful.
Yeah, awesome, Terry and Mary. My neck was so stiff with tension. After today's practice, I feel no tension. That's Mary, Mary Schneider. Bravo.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Celine, thank you so much. Was amazing. Celine, was really good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while, hon.
Celine's been with us for over a decade. Celine's an old timer.
Yeah,
good to see you again. Sometimes we get divided by geography, but no, we're not. We're all here. We're all here right now. And then Anne, right, was frazzled when started, more relaxed, and have an inner smile for real. See, this is amazing. I mean, this is the muscle. It's the muscle that you do this, and because look, not the last time you're going to be frazzled, not the last time you're going to have a sore neck, not the last time you're going to have a stressful day. We know that. And here's the mastery is be okay with that. If you have a neck, at some point it's going to get sore. My neck gets sore. If you're working on projects, at some point it's not going to go the way you planned. Hey, how about that? Or it's not going to go the way you have a vision. Because a lot of times what stress comes from, you have a vision of how you think something should be, and the reality is not in your vision. How many times a day does that happen? Like 300? Or if you manage other people, or especially if you have kids or whatever it is, if you manage other people, well, you expect somebody to behave this way, and guess what? They behave this way. Oh, that's not going to happen anymore. This is the last time that's ever going to happen, right? No, it's just not. So the wisdom is know that beforehand. Not in a negative sort of way, but just in a playful sort of way. Of course, things are not going to go as you planned. And if it was, you'd get bored. Childhood television. I think it was Twilight Zone. Somebody's going to know this. It's like from the 70s. I remember seeing this Twilight Zone, and I think it was like a mobster or gangster. He was in a casino, and he bet on something, and he won. And he bet on something else, and it won. And then he looked at a pretty girl, and she came over to him and started talking to him. It was like everything he wanted, he got right away. Another thing. At the end of the episode, you realized he was in hell. Those old shows were creative, even if the filming's not what it was today, but some of the storytelling was very creative. But what a great principle. Wow, he was in hell because everything he thought of, he got right away. Well, how interesting would that be? Now, when your whole world is not complying to your wishes, you kind of wish you were in that. Oh, just give me a week of that hell. I think I'll go vacation there where everyone does exactly what I say. But okay, so let's see here. Shiana, I've been watching myself meditate in the sand, the dunes, and the hill with all of you. I'm really getting the thousands of hours.
Oh, well
Master
done,
Shiana.
Shiana. Yeah.
That's mastery.
Yeah.
That's mastery. Because what I've said before, I don't train students. I train masters. Master creates masters. You're a master. You have mastery. Mastery is a mindset. And the mindset is a vibrational frequency that you have. So Okay, that's awesome. Linda, thank you. Now, afternoon restorative yoga, Wellness Wednesdays.
I love that.
Wellness Wednesday. It's really wellness today. Wellness now. How about
Yeah.
that for a time? Wellness now. Terry, thank you for bringing this group together. Terry, you're welcome. Rebecca, I love the emphasis on
Yeah.
so relaxed now. Those are healing sounds.
Yes.
I mean, you've heard om is a healing sound, but there's different healing sounds. We do this in the restoration program of different, like your different organs have different sounds. Like if you want to purge worry, worry hangs out in the spleen and stomach. And there's an actual word and there's a frequency that breaks up the worry. The word is ho. Ho. H-O. And ho. And when you do that, it actually breaks it up. You can even find the frequency of your spleen. What you do is you hold your spleen and then you just drop down the note. And then when you feel your spleen vibrate, that's it. It's like a tuning fork and you vibrate. Again, we do this in restoration program, but you do that and you use the sound to purge. So Rebecca, when you said so, it reminded me of that. I love being able to empty my brain. When I go back to work, I reboot with my thinking without the clutter. You know what it's like? It's like the Etch-a-Sketch. Some of you aren't going to know that. Some of you will when you turn it upside down and you shake it. It's kind of what we're doing right now with your head. I'm turning you upside down by the legs. I'm just shaking you like let's reset and you come out all happy.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Sabrina.
Some of you
Yeah. Sabrina.
have no idea what an Etch-a-Sketch is. Google it. So Diane, thank you. Needed this today. Much calmer. Blessings and blessings to you, Diane. Sarah.
And you know what? Sabrina spoke into exactly what you were talking about with the Etch-a-Sketch. She said, my mind is so dark, I can't seem to clear my mind. I'm trying so many obstacles. And think of it that way, Sabrina, if you know what an Etch-a-Sketch is, think of that concept that when you sit and do your standing, seated, and moving meditation, that's what we're doing, that you're literally going in and shaking everything up and coming out with a clean slate.
Yeah, you know what happens? So, if you do it, you go into this all turbid, and then you come out of it all turbid. Really, you have to rinse and repeat. Mm-hmm. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Picture it's like you're covered with mud, and you get in there with soap, and you soap yourself up, and you're out of the shower, and you look, and there's still mud. Okay, get back in the shower. Maybe not now, maybe you have to do it tomorrow. But you have to keep doing it and keep doing it. If this is so full and so dense and so turbid, now it might be you got a life situation going on. Hey, one thing, like if you grieve comes from loss. Grieve is the metal element and it hangs out in the lungs. That's why it's metal. That's why it creates tears, water. And that's why also to purge grief, you need fire. All things fire. You go through the restoration fire protocol and it purges grief. But if you live long enough, you're going to have grief. Grief is just loss. Now, but even watch a 3-year-old in the sandbox when mom says, hey, come on in tonight, and they grieve. They actually don't want to leave the sandbox. Silly analogy, but that's like a small grief, but we all grieve. And sometimes you're in a situation where you can meditate and you can go through something, but you got emotional stuff that you have to purge, and it's not going to purge through one meditation session. And that's okay. Like, it just depends on where you're at. Sometimes it's kind of like it gets full. Now, you don't want to be there all the time. You don't want that to be your norm. If that's your norm, you really, really need this, and you really, really need to train, and you really, really have to go through the discipline. And I would suggest a whole year of restoration, which is ultimately one journey around the sun. But sometimes in life, you're going to have these situations where something dark happens. Grief is an obvious one. But something happens where you just have to work through it, and it's going to take some time. And the mastery and the wisdom is seeing that and being honest where you're at. It's kind of like even in the horse stance. Not everyone can go down as low. You might not be able to go down low in the horse stance for whatever reason. Okay, be honest about where you are. Be honest about doing your best, because ultimately only you know. I can look and we can push you and everything, but when you're really when you're really doing that, but also without getting injured. Because if you have a body imbalance, you can overdo it. Yes, sometimes you have to fall off the ledge to find the ledge. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you overdo it to find where that balance is. But sometimes if you're going through something and it's a little bit dark, be honest about it and just purge a little bit the best you can. And also, if you're going through that, breathe all throughout the day. Out through the mouth. So the mouth purges more than the nose. That's just your day. That's you.
And Sabrina, you can, in the email that you received about today's meditation challenge, at the very bottom, there's a link to the replay page. On the replay page, again, scroll to the very bottom of the page, there's links to Master Campbell's music. And I personally, the biggest reason I train is to manage my emotions and my thoughts. And there are days and times still, I'm a decade into this, and there's still days that I need to I play his music in the background and I connect my breathing with the timing of the music, and the music's there, my breath is connected, and it just helps me have more grace and space in my day. So I encourage you to do that as well, hon.
Yeah, and whether you're 10 years into this, I'm 42 years into this and doing this process. It's like showering. Well, when are you done showering? I guess when you don't want to be clean anymore. You know, it's like eating and sleeping. I mean, when are you done with that? I don't know. But it's the same with this practice. You have to keep, I mean, this is maintenance that you do. It's like a house maintenance, or car maintenance. When are you done with your car maintenance? I guess maybe when you get rid of the car, I guess, and someone else has to maintain it, or when the car no longer works. So you have to think of that. Okay, I got to get through these quickly. So where are we? Sarah, I mean, there's a lot of the same stuff. Dark, turbid morning. Thank you for speaking into this. Helpful, I had a helpful visual. Good. Alosia, my days are much better, feel more grounded, productive, much less fear.
Oh,
Just amazing. Love this meditation. Alosia, amazing. Jerry, how do you sign up to your group on Facebook? Giuliani, can you give them the link, the Everyone Can Meditate link? Cindy, thank you. Feeling joyful today. Anne, inner peace with gratitude. You're welcome. Cindy and Anne, you're welcome. Noreen, how do I access the recordings? I've gone to the website, clicked on them. They don't seem to be links. Can you put the recording in here also? Giuliani?
The replay, sure. Yes.
You should get the recording in the email.
Yeah.
In every email that you get, if you're not getting the email, look in your spam folder, and it should be in there. Sometimes these things go into spam. Alan, the turbidity always comes back, and sometimes it sure feels like we're in the twilight zone with this pandemic. Yeah. That's a whole other 2-hour conversation. I'm just going to say yes, we are in the twilight zone, and say nothing more about it. Yes. So Estelle, for the other meditation and lecture on 5 elements, is it during the same hour or at a different time? Are we talking about?
I think she's referring to Grandmaster Leone being here on Friday and talking into that. Yes, it'll be noon
our time. We're on West Coast, so Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. And we'll send you an email for that, Estelle. Mila, I have a question about meditation mastery. Can I ask here or chat with Giuliani privately? Well, I have to go, so why don't you chat with Giuliani privately?
Yeah, I'll put my appointment booking link here in the
Put
chat
up your link.
Well.
Okay. And I'm going to have to go here in a second, so get these links. We're putting up a bunch of links. Make sure you click on them. Do that now. Natalia, thank you. You're welcome. And Roz, we need a Zen Wellness app for our phones, for the wisdom can be with us all day long. You know what? We actually have app. It's a third-party app, but it's the Kajabi app that we have all of our courses on. Now, we don't have this one on it, but all of our meditation mastery, restoration, and Giuliani has put together more bonus courses for meditation mastery. You can talk about that later. I don't even know what they are. She's on a tear right now, but it's an amazing app. So it's a super, super cool app. So we do have an app on there. And Marcy says, thank you. And Giuliani, there's your appointment link. And Anne, safe travel. Yeah, thank you. My first time in an airport in a while. So, okay, grab those links up there. I'm going to say bye to everyone. Blessings. Awesome work.
Yes, sir. Well done.
I will see you on Monday. And next time I see you, you be a little bit wiser, okay? I'm going to see you on Monday. Be a little bit wiser, a little bit stronger, and like a little less thinking. Maybe I'll take one less thought than today. We'll call that
one.
progress. Okay,
Oh,
blessings.
blessing. Namaste.